All right, in this video we are going to learn how to write a proof. And mostly we're going to work on two-column proofs, and this is a very big part of geometry. So what is a proof? Well, a proof is a systematic method to prove something is true. All right, and there are many different types of proofs. All right, and for the purposes of this video, the type of proof that we're going to look at, which you may have heard of, is called a two-column proof. Okay, you'll see in the notes that there's another way to do proofs using claim evidence and warrant boxes, but for this video we're just going to look at two-column proofs. So if you're interested in the other type, feel free to investigate that. All right, so here are some general rules for writing a proof. And I would recommend that you refer back to these as you're learning how to do proofs. Once you get the hang of them, they won't be too bad and you won't have to refer back to this as much. But these are the basic steps for our proof. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to list information that's given to you in the problem. And we'll go through all these steps as we go through some examples. All right. Next, you're going to use information from the diagram. So there are certain things that we can assume when we look at a diagram, for example, vertical angles, or vertical angles, reflexive sides, or angles for that matter. Okay, so these are just two examples of things that we can use diagrams for. And then we're going to give a reason for every statement. So we're going to have our two columns, and we haven't really talked about that yet, but one of the columns is going to be called statements, and the other column is going to be called reasons. So every statement in the next column has to have a reason that justifies it. Okay? Need justification. That's very important. All right, and then we're going to use given information, definitions, postulates, conjectures, and theorems. So these are the things that are going to go in our reasons column. And again, we're going to do a bunch of examples. Okay, these are the different things that go in the reasons column. And then you want to list the statements in order. So certain statements come from other statements, so you have to have them in a correct order. And then finally, you're going to end the proof with what you are trying to prove. All right, so that's a basic idea of how we're going to do our two-column proofs. So when you go on to the next video, we're going to look at the first example. Again, if you have any questions, make sure you ask me or your teacher, and we'll see you in the next video.